Welcome to this edition of Cardinal Clips. We're going to show you a couple of diverse programs that use the iPads at Willmar Senior High today. Hope you enjoy it. We're here today to talk to Tonya Oy, an art instructor at Willmar Senior High School. Tonya, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
It's my understanding that you're using iPads to teach fine arts. How's that going, and why did you do it?
It's an amazing tool. It has saved so much time. I think it has also saved out of our budget as well. My students are using it to research a lot of the projects, because I have some students that have them, some students that don't, because I get a mix of students from grades 9 through 12. So my 11th and 12th graders obviously have the pads. And what we do is when they're researching a project, I only have 2 computers in my room. So when they're looking for ideas, this way I can come in and say, okay, anybody with a pad, you can be looking. So I don't have so much downtime with my students as far as that goes. When they're researching, a lot of times they get a picture reference. Well, instead of having to print those out for 25 to 30 students, I'm only having to print out maybe 10 of them, because the students with pads can go ahead and just use that reference on the pad without having to print it out. Other things that we did, I experimented with my advanced class. We went completely digital last quarter, where I didn't print out a single sheet of paper. The only paper we used was the paper we used to create our art projects. And that was an amazing experience. I wish we could do it with all the classes, because as I have mentioned in the past, it's saved me so much time that I almost felt unprepared, in that I wasn't having to go make copies before class started. I popped it up on the image up on Edmodo, which is a computer program that I use to get everything to my students. And then they pulled it up on their screens. They had it. I didn't have lost papers when things were due. They had it right there in front of them. So it was a wonderful tool for them.
So you think the iPads have helped creativity, lessened creativity, didn't have any impact on it?
I think it has expanded their creativity greatly, in that they have had resources. A perfect example, I had a student who wanted to draw a person in a particular pose and didn't know quite how to do it. It wasn't a pose that the average person could be in. So what we did is we had found an app that you could pose a person, and then she used that app as her reference to create the drawing that she wanted to create. I have an AP student, my advanced placement class, who currently is creating several artworks using different apps that are available on the iPad. So she is just ecstatic when I told her, well, you can do a digital project.
When you think back to a year ago, did you approach it with a little bit of trepidation, or were you one of the eager ones to get started with using the iPad?
I was definitely one of the eager ones. Whenever there's anything technology, I'm all over it. I one who received my iPad 2 years ago, so I was kind of part of the original crew. And when I first got it, I didn't even know what an app was. I didn't know how to approach it, but once I got started, I had so many ideas how I could use it in my classroom, and it has just exploded. I learn from my students as much as they learn from me. They'll say, oh, I found this app, or I found this video, and we share with each other. So it's wonderful.
So, one of the biggest things about technology is that it helps shift you from being the giver of all knowledge to being a collaborator with the kids. Do you think that's happened here?
I think that has most definitely happened here. we have gone beyond just what I present to the students. Now they can say, as I said, they found something, and when it's something really good, I'll share it with the rest of the group. It's easy to just plug in and put it up on the big screen for everybody to see, not just those that have the iPads.
Tonya, when you think about AP classes, they tend to be operate at a higher level with more demands and more expectations. Are kids able to do that with the iPad, and how do you think that's worked?
I think it has helped them because they're able to take their work home and their inspirations home with them on a smaller scale, so that it's not this huge thing to take home, and they can keep working with that, and as I said, continue to research for ideas, especially those students that may not have had a computer access at home. They can keep getting those inspirations at home as well.
So is there, with an AP, how does it work with AP Art? How's it set up?
Our AP classes are considered an independent study class, so I am teaching another class at the same time my AP students are going on. So things get a little crazy at times, but they are students that I've had for so many art classes that they know my expectations, and we make things clear from the beginning what they need to do to get the job done, to get the caliber of work that the college professors are looking for.
So Tonya, do you think your kids are ready to talk to me about iPads and art?
I have some that would have some wonderful things to show you.